Hello, YouTube. Uh, Taking a little advice from one of my friends. Um, Suppose I should start with some of the activities that I had, or that had spawned this occurrence. I've been struggling to society correctly for a very long time. And that led me on a 3 month journey of being lonely and homeless and walking across America. Uh, Lots of acid, lots of LSD. That happens really weird. I don't understand. As a person that was in society, couldn't find any acid or LSD to save my fucking life. Couldn't find any other hallucinogens to save my life. Become a homeless guy for 3 months. It's everywhere, everywhere, all the time. Any. That's kind of besides the point. Sorta, not really. Um, I met this one man randomly, by happenstance, across the street. I saw him. One of me, traveling across the country, pack on the back, just trying to survive. Um, he had a little dog with a little nippy dog. Got my pinky real good. I think I might still have a scar, but you can't see it. Not on that. Um, he gave me a little acid, and we had fun that night. Walked around, talked about stuff, looked at things, watched trees dance and shit like that. Um, and then he went to bed. And decided that I wanted to keep going, keep walking, you know. So I did. I walked down Interstate 10 out of Phoenix, or was it Tucson? It's one of the two. Pretty sure it was Phoenix. Um, and on the side of the freeway, I found a big flashing, changing screen billboard. And at the bottom of the billboard, the access door had been ripped off. We're going to come back to that. We're going to pause that right there. Earlier in the day, before I even met this guy, I found a fluttering piece of paper. Walked up to it. I said, you know what? I wonder if this says anything. I want to see. So I picked it up, and lo and behold, it was completely blank. So I folded it up and put it in my pocket. Decided I was going to save it for a later time. Back to where we were. The sign. So I'm coming down off this acid trip. Sun's about an hour away from rising. And I go up in the sign. It's a good place to hide out. You know, it's going to rain soon. Could tell that from the sky. So I got on the sign. Go about 2-3 levels up. Pull out all my stuff for sleeping. Still can't quite sleep. Wanted to do something. Didn't know what. Lucky for me, there was a light at the top of this thing. Of course there was a light at the top of this thing. It's a giant TV screen. So I could see. I decided, you know what, I found that piece of paper earlier today and put something on it. And so, what I'm going to do here in this video is read that something to you. Kinda don't wanna. I really don't wanna. But I'm gonna. Because advice and friendship and bullshit like that, I guess. So, here we go. We find the start of this chapter in a sign. The sound of high-power electrical circuits buzzing in bass to the treble of Midnight Freeway. This paper swirls before my eyes, stained with previous discardal and my own filth from procuring such an odd location. Why am I here? Perhaps because it is dry and wind-guarded? Could it be irony that I, through my own decisions, have put myself in exactly the thing I'm always looking for? For all these questions, I'm left few answers. Fate or choice, it matters not. The simple fact is that here is where I am. Suddenly I become overwhelmed with childlike glee over the phrase, I am in a fucking sign right now. How am I going to save this probably horrified piece of paper? It very well may never see the light of day. But hey, at least it can say that it got to say, in a big way, you can't see me. This seems like rocky beginnings. I spark a cigarette to mark the start of my life. And as the story unfolds, I'm sure we will find a process more difficult than it should naturally be, and more natural than stars bearing rock. I'm contemplating whether or not I should simply let this torn, beaten, stained piece of paper rot on site where I wrote this, or try to preserve this grotesque display of debauchery. The sway of the sign gives me awkwardly placed relief. For all of this, I couldn't at this moment actually tell you what this sign even said. This is no way to start out being an author. The exact potency of my odorous feet strikes my nostrils. The pitter-patter of water sets my mood asunder. This piece of paper is either a completely worthless scrap of dead tree or the single most important work of my life. Why am I still in this sign? Is my greatest work unfinished? Has it even started? I'm running in circles because I'm in a fucking sign right now. This is that very scrap of paper I found on the freeway that day. But it wasn't done. I wasn't done. The paper was. I wasn't. So it continues on. What does any of this even matter? I've failed. Everything I've done thus far has only led me alone and in this fucking sign right now. My urine bottle is glaring at me as I snivel and weep. It stands to be my last scent stain on this miserable speck. Why shouldn't I oblige it? End the whole pretentious prick by offing myself here. How could I honestly have called myself a warrior when I cower from the rain in this fucking sign right now? This is it, isn't it? This is really the story of my life. Everyone sees where I am, but not me. No matter what I do, I just can't be the sign. No, I have to live in it, invisible to the eyes outside. I should just do it in this fucking sign right now. But now I can't. All this talk about being fearless of death, yet I am unable to welcome its grasp with my own hands. And so I sit here in a puddle of mucus, wondering why. Why did I fail? Life is so easy. So easy, in fact, that everyone alive does it. I thought I was smart. I thought I was great, sane, even. And only now I see my true hypocrisy. Just a drifting, dirty, roughed-up pile of garbage stuck in a fucking sign right now. Why? Am I still alive for them? They aren't here. It's only me. I'm the only one in the fucking sign. You aren't an artist. You aren't a writer. You aren't a warrior. You aren't a philosopher. You aren't a vampire. All you are, all I am, is in a fucking sign right now. So what now? Leave the sign, then what? Go be a stupid worker for the stupid world and be with your family? Or chase this stupid dream with your stupid self? The decision I made was to be back with my family. During this whole traveling thing, I had told myself endlessly that I was to be a writer of grand proportions. What an arrogant, cocky, stupid bullshit thing to say. The kind of person that would write this shit would say that, wouldn't he? That was me. I wrote this. I said that. I want you all to observe some things here. Like, see that dirt right there? And everywhere on this thing, that is a mixture of dirt and tears and blood and all the bullshit that goes into being inside of a advertisement for a casino. So that was what I wrote in a sign. It's actually entitled In a Fucking Sign right now. Oh, how apt. And how original a brain on LSD will be. Such is life, I guess. I do have planned to go back out and travel. It was one of the greatest times of my life, not because of the acid. It was the people. The people. They were great. The good people. And bad people. bad people trying to be good people trying to be bad. Every single one of them failing in every way.